So, my name is Marcelo Brociner. I am a 2017 Segal Fellow. A little about myself. I am a Cuban-American from Somerville, Mass. I am a double major in anthropology and international and global studies, and I'm minoring in creativity, the arts, and social transformation, also known as CAST. And I consider myself an artist, primarily a rapper, but I also work in photography, and I consider myself an art activist. And so when I say art activist, I think of that as always working to carve out spaces in which people can express themselves. And this is an act that is always in struggle, and that's largely and primarily due to a lack in space and funding. So that's always a battle that's being fought in the arts. And so one space where that was being offered was Larkin Street Youth Services, which is the largest nonprofit organization addressing the issue of homelessness in San Francisco, in the San Francisco area. And so I was working in a drop-in center in the Tenderloin district of San Francisco called the Engagement and Community Center. So that was a drop-in center for homeless folks that were aged 16 to 24 years old. And so primarily the space offered free resources, including bathrooms, showers, laundry and dryer machines, clothes, toiletries, breakfast and lunch on a daily basis, and various educational and extracurricular programs and events as well. And so my role specifically, I was helping provide all of the resources that I just mentioned on a daily basis. So the space was open from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. On weekdays, and then there would be educational and extracurricular programs held every day after 2 p.m. as well. So making sure that folks were able to utilize those resources. I also developed a weekly hip-hop program, so that included actually like teaching the clients how to rap and working with them on rapping, but also just discussing the role that hip-hop has played in their everyday lives, how hip-hop has shaped their life experiences, or if not shaping it, just how it's helped resonate with them and helped push them forward in their everyday lives. I helped edit resumes and work with clients in applying to jobs in the area. So either the online applications themselves or getting their resumes touched up to have them sent over. I helped paint a mural with another intern, Raisha, at the Larkin shelter, which is a shelter that clients can apply to in a lottery, and they can get housing for up to 100 days at a time. And I also curated the Larkin Street Academy graduation, meaning I decorated the space of the Engagement and Community Center. There was a graduation at the end of the summer. It was actually on my last day. It was beautiful timing. And so that was a celebration of the folks who acquired GED diplomas through the Larkin Street Academy, which is located in the basement space, and also folks who enrolled officially in either 2 or 4-year college programs. So that was really exciting to see them celebrate that accomplishment. And then here's just a couple photos working on the mural. And this is myself, a coworker, Jay, and the director of the ECC, the Engagement and Community Center space, Alice, on the far left. And so what I learned, so in talking about entering the summer internship, one of the major focuses of the core competencies, there's a major emphasis on resources and the importance of resources in being able to achieve what your vision is and being able to really get out there and on the ground and make social change a reality. And so this internship reshaped my idea of what resources look like. So we tend to think of resources on the macro level of the $10,000 grant or the office space where a group can work and work through their ideas and making something come to fruition. But there's the micro level of resources being a pair of socks, a toothbrush, underwear, a bowl of cereal. These are the things that we are fortunate enough in our everyday lives that we don't have to think about those things and how we're going to get them. And so we're able to automatically look ahead to those bigger pictures because we don't have to think about that. And so realizing that resources, it starts here before it can go up there. And that translates across anywhere on the planet, really. Homelessness is a global epidemic, and it's always going to be an issue that needs to be combated. And so I grew to appreciate that a lot more. Like the little things are what you need in order to even think about the big things in a serious, tangible way. And so also I'm thinking about that. I wrote on here the triangle of growth is something that I really took away as well. And that's the idea that I learned to meet people where they are in the present. And so once you meet people in the present, you can learn with and about them through their behavior and at the same time, your conversations that you have with them. So once you're with them in the present, keeping in mind the past, you can then help them envision a future that they want for themselves. And it's really important to emphasize that it's a future that they want, not a future that you want for them. So just helping them to go forward in achieving that. And so this was a mutual mentorship, meaning that while I'm helping folks meet them where they're at and, think about where they've come from and what they can achieve, it's a two-way street. So, it's a lot of checking of my privileges coming from a place where I had those little resources from day one. And so it really helps you check your priorities. And so quickly, I'm almost at 6. This mutual mentorship, it shines light on that potential that every human being has to achieve great things. And that was really important for me in thinking about just realizing the folks who I was working with, these clients, had come from such different backgrounds and they'd had very different problems in their lives that they were able to overcome one way or another with a lot of help from folks. But in the end, it comes from inside. You really push and you want to make change. And so maximizing that potential that we all have is the art of teaching. And both of my parents have been teachers for the majority of their professional lives. So I want to pursue a full-time career in the arts, but I can definitely see myself being a middle school or high school teacher a little while down the road. And of course, they can overlap. There's no doubt about that. But one day I can see that being the case. So I'm really thankful for Segal for helping me and further shape this perspective. And it's a lifelong cohort and a lifelong network. So I'm looking forward to further being able to be a part of it and utilize it. Thank you.